Your hands together, y'all. Seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen. Yeah, this is a special trip right here just for you, just for you.
What's up, y'all? This ain't gonna be one of them little stiff assemblies y'all used to come into in school every day. You see me on TV, you know I speak the real, I keep it real, and I'm gonna do the same thing with y'all today. So don't be texting on your phone while I'm talking. Make sure you're paying attention, because you might miss a few nuggets that you're gonna need to carry with you throughout the rest of the course of your day, your week, your month, your year, and the rest of your life. So if you pay attention to just a little bit of what I'm going to give you guys today and talk to you guys about today, you might actually be able to go forward with some of the dreams that you guys are already having and things that you are looking forward to doing. So today is supposed to be career day, right? So have you guys thought about different careers and different things that you guys want to do when it comes to your life? Yes or no? Yes. Who does not have a plan? Be honest with yourself. Who in here does not have a plan? You kind of sort of have an idea about what you want to do? Well, having a blueprint and a start is always where you need to be able to stay and have in your mind so you know where you want to go. Also, having a place to start, even if it's a place where you're not sure if you're going to succeed, is important also. Never allow anyone to tell you what you want to do or what you're trying to do is incorrect, it's wrong, it's unachievable, or it's unattainable. Because if I had done that, there would be no Dollhouse Dance Factory, there would be no dancing dolls, and there for sure wouldn't be no Brankin. People look at me and they think that, oh, Miss Diana has it all together. I cry at least once a week. I pray every day. And I make sure that I give God the glory, because my life would not be where I am without Him. It is imperative that you as young people utilize the resources that you have. And one of the biggest things you guys have that we didn't have when we were young is the gift of technology, and to utilize your brains in such a way that you utilize what the world is giving you right now. There were no cell phones back then. There was no internet. We had AOL, dial-up. The floppy disk was a real floppy disk. There was no jump drive. You guys have technology at your fingertips. You guys have the opportunity to create new technology. If you're watching TV right now, the new movie Little that just came out, that girl in that movie is 14 years old. She is the youngest executive producer in the history, and she's black. Did y'all catch what I just said? You can't tell me what is unattainable if you don't at least try. So having a start, or even somewhat of a start, is okay. You have to have that one point where you say, okay, what do I want to do? Do you guys dream? You guys have ideas and thoughts of things you want to do? Who in here can cook? All right, have you ever thought about creating your own business as a chef? Why? Why is that? If you can cook, why aren't you asking your teachers for a work permit, going to the principal and say, Principal such and such, can I have a work permit to be able to sell cookies or cakes, or to be able to sell lunches here at school when we have outside assemblies and school lunches not being served? Y'all got to take those little brown paper bags. Why aren't you guys doing that? Why aren't you going to the Secretary of State's office and LLC in your business? Oh wait, do you even have a business yet? Because if you're talking about cooking, that's already a business, young people. It's already something that you can do to make money. We eat every day. People gotta eat every day. Aren't y'all tired of Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King? You should be. Because as they get rich off of you, you can find a way to create your own way to make your own money. Right. Instead of sitting back waiting on somebody to flip a burger for you, you can create your own ingredients and your own product. Who in here wants to be in fashion design? We have one or two or three. Have you guys started looking at the market and researching these different companies that can help take you to the next level? Have you started looking? You need to Google, do your research. In order to create something in a brand, you have to start to do your research and find where a need is for something. You guys know Super Scent. The crayon case. She created something where there was a need in the market. We all wear makeup, lip gloss, lipstick, eyeshadow, foundation, highlighter. We wear it all, right? As women, we wear all of these things. She saw a need in the market to make sure that things were for us. Things were around that we could have. She took it, she marketed the crap out of it because it's all based around school products. Y'all notice that? Targeting teenage girls. That was really smart. Not very many people know to do that. But it's enough about outside businesses, and I want you guys to start thinking. And I'm saying that because I don't want you to look at people like Super Scent, or people like the real BB Judy, or people like myself, and think that we got success overnight, because it just did not happen. Putting in the work in school first is what is the most important. People always say, stay in school, get your education. You need all of these things, because without knowing how to do simple mathematics, how you gonna count your money? You gonna let somebody else count it for you? And while they're counting it for you, they're taking it from you. So you have to be really careful about things like that also. Psychology is important too. Knowing how your mind is going to work, knowing how the minds of others work, because then you can pick out the real from the fake. You don't need people sitting around you who want to hear your ideas. They're listening to what you have to say so they can take your ideas and use them and market them as their own. I've had that happen to me as recently as last week. See, what I stopped doing is stop talking to people and sharing things, because my gift, I talk a lot. I give a lot. I don't know no other way to be. But if I'm telling you that I'm going to create a pink bow and I'm going to call it Pinky, I don't need you to turn around and create a blue bow and call it Blinky. You understand what I'm saying? But I've watched that happen. With Dollhouse Dance Factory, I had to learn to remember to not give up on anything. Because before there was a dollhouse, there was just me, my husband, and my son Kobe, sleeping on floors. No heat in our house. We had jobs. My husband has a degree, and so do I. We had all of these things. People don't know my story. You watch TV and you say, oh, this lady got it all together. We were homeless. They repossessed my car with my son's car seat in the back of it in the middle of the night. And within 2 weeks, we were being evicted. So I had to figure out what I was going to do. I had a degree from Jackson State University. If I didn't know how to do nothing else, I knew how to dance, I knew how to talk, I knew how to budget. So with all of those things, I took what I knew how to do and I said, okay, God, what are you trying to do with me? Because you can't make a move without him. You got to remember that he is going to be every step that you take. So when you take your test out, you say, Lord Jesus, help me pass this test. Lord Jesus, let me get the right answers. He's going to be with you every time you bubble in anything or write any note or anything written down. He's going to be right there with you. And I'm saying that to say, because had it not been for God picking my husband and I up, there would be no dollhouse. There would be no Bring It. I've had dancing dolls since 2001. I started dancing dolls before I met my husband. But when I moved to Sandy Springs, Georgia, once I got married in 2009, my husband got a job, and within 2 weeks, he lost that job. So here we are, brand new baby, no job, car being repossessed, I'm getting put out my house, we sleeping on the floor because we ain't had no money for no furniture. What are we gonna do? I decided to utilize what God gave me naturally and create my own business. So if you naturally know how to cook, create your own business. If you naturally know how to draw, why aren't you drawing and selling your work, your artwork? I see people that constantly under my post tagging constantly, look at my work, look at my work, look at my work. Sometimes you have to do that to be noticed. I've gained a lot of vendors from looking at things that other people do online. So fast forward to Dollhouse. We utilize our savings. We pawned my husband's Xbox, his PlayStation, we pawned jewelry. We did everything we had to do to get the deposit for Dollhouse. Dollhouse deposit was $1,500 for the first month and the last month. Now mind you, we moved, we ain't had no place to stay. Where were we gonna stay? I slept on my father-in-law's floor. I did what I had to do to make sure that we could continue to keep our dream alive. Because like you said, we all dream, right? We all dream. My dream was to have my own dance company. My dream was to make sure that I could impact the youth in the community outside of Dancing Dolls. So y'all see Dancing Dolls and, oh, they're so great, they're amazing, but they girls and teenagers just like y'all with attitudes and issues, just like y'all. They just don't show it on TV because that's not entertaining. They make you guys think that they're these perfect creatures and they're just not. They go through puberty, they have pimples in their face, they have issues with their skin being too dark, their hair being too short, they have issues with their grades. They have all these things that happen to them. But inside of the dollhouse, one thing that we do is we uplift those girls. And once God said, I'm going to give you this dollhouse, you're going to pay the first month's rent, it's not going to be your last. And he gave me a place to stay. I paid $200 for my deposit on my apartment, and I live rent-free for 3 months. You can't tell me what God won't do when you get on your knees and you pray and say, listen, I ain't got nowhere to go, I ain't got nowhere to stay, you gave me this dream, you gave me this building, what I'm supposed to do. But this is what I'm going to give you to do. So Dollhouse was open. 2 years later, Pilgrim Studios started calling me from California. I answered the phone finally, and they said, Miss Diana, we would like to do a reality show around the Dancing Dolls. Now I'm thinking it's some kind of prank and I'm being punked, because back then Ashton Kutcher was very popular back then, and I'm thinking I'm being punked. Now they thought I was a Dancing Dolls from Southern University. Didn't realize I'm the Dancing Dolls of Jackson, Mississippi, because I don't know if you guys are even old enough to remember, but back then, Madonna had the Dancing Dolls of Southern University performing with her at the Super Bowl. So they called right after the Super Bowl went off thinking that I was those girls. That's not how that happened. They Googled Up Pop Dollhouse Dance Factory, my little rinky-dink GoDaddy website that was $9.99 for the year, and they found me that way. So it was an accident. But I don't think it was by accident, it had to have been by chance. And I'm saying that because, as a chef, because I'm going to call you guys chefs, all my cooks, I like to eat, so that's why I keep going back to the food. I like my snacks, I like to eat. So all of my chefs that are in here, I challenge you right now when you leave to go onto the GoDaddy.com website. Create your business. It's going to cost you $2 or $3 to get your domain name. $9.99 for a whole year. Who's to say? You don't know if Top Chef is going to pick you up, Chop is going to pick you up. It's an entrepreneur here right now named Chef Tony that constantly hits me up about doing events. The Dancing Dolls in Atlanta here in Georgia is 160 of them. They like to eat too. We have lunches that we need done every single day during the summer. I could be calling on some of you. I'd rather put the money in the pockets of my young people than somebody that's already established. But how are we going to find you if you don't have an Instagram, a Facebook, or a website? Instagram and Facebook is free. That's how they found me. That's how Brenda found me. My little $9.99 GoDaddy website. So once they found me, we started filming, and the rest is history. I will say this. Having a dream like I had is hard. It's hard work. We make it look easy, don't we? I don't think y'all know how many times them folk that got cussed out behind them cameras because those kids are crying, those kids are tired, they're stressed out, I'm tired. It takes a lot of work to be on TV. It takes a lot of work to have the responsibility to be standing here in front of you guys. You know how much of a responsibility it is to just be me? It's hard because you look at me to be this hero or this inspiration or this perfect person. I'm supposed to always walk a certain way, talk a certain way, act a certain way, be a certain way. Don't y'all think y'all parents feel the same way? Because your parents know that you're looking at them. Your parents are the epitome of who you should aspire to always be, because your mother is the reason why you're here in the first place. Parents are important, whether you get along with your mama or not. I sacrificed a lot for my mama when I was 18 and 19 years old. It could have killed my career. It could have killed my livelihood, but God already knew what he was doing with me. So young people, I'm saying this to y'all now. If you have a dream, you kind of have an idea of what you want to do, don't be scared to take a chance. Don't be scared to fail. I've been told no so many times. I tried out for JSET 5 times. I was told no every single time. I tried to get the Dollhouse Dance Factory open here. I was told no 4 times for 4 different buildings. When I opened up the Dollhouse in Jackson, how many customers slammed their door in my face because I was a black-owned business? And they felt like my skin complexion was not going to give them what the white studios was giving them down the street. Now, I'm far from racist, but I lived in Mississippi, which is one of the most racist states in America, and things are just who they are and are what they are. So me knowing that I had all these things against me, but I had one person for me, the person that I get on my knees and I pray to every night. How many of you guys in here pray? I hope everybody does. No matter what God you pray to, I hope you do thank God for everything that you're doing. Because you got weave in your hair because of God. You got makeup on your face because of God. You got clothes on your body because of God. You're breathing air because of God. How many times do you thank him for these things? How many people are not afraid to praise God in public? Because I'm not, because I pray for you right now if you need it. How many people are afraid to? Because all of you guys have to understand and remember that when you're doing things, you have to be the example. I had an issue one on yesterday, and I'm going to let you guys ask me some questions. I had an issue yesterday with one of the dancing dolls here in Atlanta making just terrible choices for themselves. And I had to remind them that as a woman, you are responsible for your body. You are responsible for the way you carry yourself. You are responsible for your image, and only you can help or hurt yourself. Only you. I don't know you, so I can't make a judgment on who I think you are. I can only go based off of what you show me. And if you show me that you have a bad attitude, I'm going to think you have a bad attitude. If you show me that you're going to walk around and dress provocatively, I'm going to think that that's your personality. So when you go places, people are only who they perceive you to be. So when you see me on TV, you guys perceive me as being this mean woman that hollers, scream, and shout and got a nasty attitude. But see, I give you what I want you to see. I did that on purpose. So when you approach me lightly. You approach me with respect. Because I demand and command those things. But in real life, my friends that do know me, we hang out, we have fun. I make videos like y'all saw on my Instagram with tires. I had no idea anybody was recording me, but I was acting a fool and having a good time. But that's normal. But you have to be careful and guard your energy with your life. That goes back to the psychology part of what I said. Guard your energy with your life. I hope that as young women, you guys remember and understand that every day when you wake up, you look at yourself in the mirror, you can say, I love myself. I love myself. I care about myself. Who in here has had to deal with bullying? Because I hear a lot of different things that happen. Have you ever approached your bully and asked your bully, why are you doing these things to me? Maybe you should, because I did. I do regularly. That's why I handle Neva like I handle her. Because she is a bully. And in real life, I can't tell you guys exactly why I call her a bully and what she did, because you will understand why I handle her like I handle her. Because I'm not that scared little girl I was no more when I was in high school. I'm not that little girl that allowed y'all to put a whole ant bed in my locker because you didn't want me on the varsity cheerleading squad. It's not my fault that I'm 13 and in the 10th grade. You figure that out. I was always ahead of the game. I was always smart. It's not my fault that my hair is down my back and you bald head. That's not my issue. But you're not going to handle me like I'm a stranger. So when Bring It came, everybody felt like they could talk about the dancing dolls like a dog. You were going to call Kayla black. You was going to say she fat. You're going to say this one cried too much. You felt like those things were okay. But just like they got mamas, I'm the whole squad's mama. So I'm going to protect them all. And because that one felt like it was okay to put her mouth on them and on me, shame. She had no idea the fool she was dealing with. So I say to those that are dealing with bullies, it ain't your fault that they are like they are. It is something within them that they are lacking, and they see something in you that they want. They aspire to be like you, walk like you, talk like you, act like you. They want to be you. That's the reason why they act like that. And people say it, but I have seen it come true far too many times. So look at yourself in the mirror and be proud. Walk the halls of your school and be proud. And also, too, if you're having an issue with the bully, I hope that you do talk to somebody. Because I bet your counselors, your registrars in the office, I bet your principal, they're very nice people. and let them talk about you guys. They said you guys are amazing. They said that they feel like this is one of the best schools that they've ever been at. And that says a lot about y'all, because I've heard a lot about DeKalb County and Gwinnett County. Yes, Gwinnett, baby. I think y'all bougie, honey. You're not bougie, girl. I've heard a lot of things, but again, walking into any situation, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to go into the SWATs, what I've heard about Atlanta schools. I change my shoes to make sure that I'm ready. Because I feel like everybody and anybody needs somebody to have a conversation with. And I hope that if you guys see these celebrities that you guys are inspired by, DM them. They respond. I talk to them all the time. DM them constantly. They will respond. Constantly. They will respond. The celebrities are walking around in your malls that y'all are going to, in your Targets and your Walmarts. They're from the A list on down to the D list. They're very nice people. Just saw Tiana Taylor yesterday. Very sweet. They're not mean-spirited. Hey, how you doing? Love what you're doing with the girls. Would love to meet the girls. Let me know whenever I can donate any money or do anything with anybody. And saying that, it lets me know, okay, so I'm starting a foundation called Dollface Academy. And I have asked Mr. Derek if I can bring Dollface Academy here to Stone Mountain High School. Now, I could have taken it anywhere, but I asked specifically for this school because I wanted a school, what did I say, Derek, that's in my area. I asked to go to so many different schools in the greater Atlanta area, but I wanted to come to one of the schools in this area. I live 15 minutes from here. My studio is 10 minutes of 78. So I want to be close because when the programs are going on, you're not going to see random people. You're going to see me. I don't believe in being distant. I don't believe, because I have people that I can just pay to come and sit in here with y'all and tell you any old thing, get your little community service and walk off. But I'm not like that. Whenever I have events, I'm hands-on with my events, I'm working my events, I'm greeting the general admission to the VIPs, I'm jumping in the crowd, talking to everybody, I'm messing with the kids, I'm taking pictures, I'm doing all kinds of things, but I have OCD when it comes to my business. It's important to be a brand and an entrepreneur. So it's important for me to make sure that I invest. So Dollface Academy, coming to Stone Mountain High School, you guys will be the original and the official launching school of this program. It's not in Jackson. It's not in Birmingham where my other studios are. It's here. You guys will have an opportunity to be able to not only gain community service hours, you'll be able to learn so many different things about yourself. You'll have opportunity to participate in the different events that I do, and I do a lot of events. So whenever I'm standing on the red carpet and I have to go somewhere, who's to say I won't bring 3 or 4 or 5 of the girls with me? Whenever I do my fashion show that I have coming up in the fall, who's to say I won't bring all of you with me? Who in here is an aspiring model? How would you like to be paired up with a real? How would you like to be paired up with a real model? Someone that's here in the Atlanta area, that's doing it for a living, that's making money off of their beautiful face, to be paired up with someone to get you to an actual modeling agency where you can start to be booked for jobs. Do you have a resume? Who in here has their resume already put together? See, if all of y'all don't have y'all hands up, that's an issue. Who in here has a bank account? If all of y'all don't have y'all hands up, that's an issue. Because where you putting your money in a shoebox under your bed? Your money should be in the bank and in the right type of account that accrues interest. So your money can sit there and it can make money while you're sleeping. If the money doesn't make any sense if it's just sitting there. It doesn't make any sense like you just sitting here just now doing nothing but gaining knowledge. You have to be able to utilize what you have. Your brains, you guys, are what is the most important thing that is on your body. And that's the reason why Dollface Academy, for me, I created it. Dollface Academy's motto is called Keeping the Crown. It's important that you keep the crown tangibly and non-tangibly. Tangibly, I know what it means to have something tangible, something that you can touch and feel, something that is real. A real crown is what women wear on your head. You do know that, right? Do you know how beautiful you are as a young woman? Do you know the crown that sits on your head can't be tilted by anyone? I don't care if your skin is chocolate black or milk. I don't care. Do you understand how beautiful you are? I don't think you do. Because some of y'all, when I start talking, you put your head down. Explain to me why. Because I feel like I'm the baddest thing walking on the face of this God's earth. And if you don't think or walk or talk or act that way, how do you expect for anybody to believe in anything that you're selling, entrepreneurs, or any dream that you have when you share it with anybody? You want to be a model. You want to be a fashionista. You want to sell merchandise. How are you going to do that if you can't talk or present? How are you going to do those things? It's super important for you guys to know your worth. So keeping the crown on your head is what a doll face is about. Why y'all think the dancing dolls go out there on the floor like they do, ready to look like they're ready to kill everybody? Who you think pumps them up like that? Me? I just got finished fussing at one of the girls yesterday telling them I made you feel like you can land a 747 in the middle of the gym floor without touching anybody. I made you feel like you were a fighter pilot and wasn't nobody gonna mess with you. I made you feel like you could go to war and you were gonna win every time. Did I not? She said, yes, ma'am. Because I'm your leader. Being the leader of the pack holds the most responsibility, but it is my job as an adult to make sure you guys have the tools that you need. Because if you're not motivated, you don't motivate yourself, and you don't have people around you that are motivated, how are you going to move forward? Check your circle right now. Check your circle. Is your circle of friends the type of people who are going to motivate you? Or are they saying, girl, come on, let's go over here and smoke weed. Girl, come on, let's go over here and skip school. Girl, come on, let's go over here and steal this, that, and the third. Because if you're surrounded by those people, I'm going to tell you right now, those people are going to be your downfall. If you're not, if your circle is not people who are better than you, what do you have to aspire to be? I surround myself with like-minded women who are in the business and who are doing other things outside of me. When I moved to Georgia, I lost a lot of friends. People that have been around in my life for years. People that I have loved on, invested in. I have lost a lot of friends when I moved here. I just got here in August. It ain't been that long ago. But because you doing too much, Diana. You think you all that, Diana. No, I just wanted to move because I got sick of being in Mississippi. I got sick of the potholes. I got sick of the negativity. I got sick of the violence. I got sick of the attitude. I got sick of the crab in a barrel mentality that makes you feel like you can stand in one spot. I don't want to stand right there. I want to go over there. So my circle of friends went from being a circle to a P. I may talk to 3 or 4 people in a month, but I talk to my husband every day and I talk to God every moment I can. Your circle of friends, check your circle. Because I hear young people that are committing suicide, young people that are dying in the car accidents, and too many things that are happening to y'all. Y'all are dying entirely too young. Recently in Jackson, several of the dancing dolls lost 5 of their classmates to a car accident. They driving 80 on I-55 and it had just got done raining. The driver walked away. 1 in the front, 3 in the back. All of them dead. The one on this side by the gas tank got pent in and the car exploded and he burned alive. The other one ejected from the car while this one on this side trying to pull this one out and this one trying to grab this one. And the one in the front walked away. But the one that did get out in the front, they brought him here. And he died in a hospital in Atlanta. And those kids were broken up. But again, 15 years old with a permit. Ain't got no business driving if you ask me. But because his friends thought it was cool to be driving down 55 on a rainy day, going 80, being stupid. People getting shot and killed over stupid stuff. Arguments. It's unnecessary. If you follow me on social media, you saw where I posted. If you have an issue with somebody, talk to them. Confront them. Say, hey, what did I do to you? What did I do that made you so mad? Tell me what it is so that we can fix it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. Because I'm sure if you guys follow me on social media, you see drama. I got drama that come to me every day. But I still get up. I comb this weave. I'm going to put on a bad pair of heels. And I'm going to pump it down 78 to work. Period. Nothing is going to change my God-given gift or talent. Because see, you can't touch who is anointed. You can't touch God's children. And if you feel like you are a child of God, understand there's nothing that you can't do. People say it all the time. I am a living witness, y'all. I am a testament to how you can be drugged through the mud, stomped on, beat down, talked about, beat up, handled like you're nothing. But you can still come out unscathed. I was bullied in school. I was bullied all through high school, and I was bullied the first 2 years I was at Jackson State by grown-ups. But me moving back from California, because I lived in California for 6 years, and me moving back from California to Mississippi, I was not that same little scared little girl that put them ant beds in my locker when I was in high school. So instead of me fighting in school and me slapping the taste out of one of the little girls' mouths, I remember y'all when y'all was messing with me in high school. Now we at JSU. We're not friends. Don't talk to me. So instead of me doing that, I decided to one up on everybody. Let me create a brand and a business. You say I can't be a J-Set? Cool. I'm going to create my own dance team. That's how the Dancing Dolls got started. So I took the Dancing Dolls to those very same J-Set tryouts that you denied me in. And now they looking like y'all. Now these 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds marching with their knees in their neck, their feet past their ear. They can do what you do. But now who winning? Me or you? Because see, at this point, had I been a J-Set, there would be no Dancing Dolls. But I've had Dancing Dolls to become J-Sets. 4 that just became Alcorn State University Golden Girls. I have 1 down at Southern. I have too many things that I have done in my life that I didn't need that. What I thought I needed and I thought I wanted wasn't what God had planned for me. So to all of my dreamers, I'm telling y'all right now, just like Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. You gotta have one in order to start. You have to have a place to start. Because if you don't start somewhere, how are you gonna know where you're going and what you're doing? Those of you that don't have a resume, if I decided to offer you a job right now, because I do hire kids that are 16 years and older, I can't hire you because you don't have a resume. If I said right now, pull up your resume, email me your resume to dollhouse3@yahoo.com. I see a couple of folks typing in their phone saying, you smart, baby, because when somebody gives you something, you go ahead and do what I said do. If I said, email me your resume to dollhouse3@yahoo.com, because we're looking for people to hire for a job. Can you email me your resume now? Because if you don't have one, you just missed an opportunity just like that. You have to always be ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You never know who's going to give you these opportunities. And knowing that Dollface Academy is getting started and the foundation is bringing in opportunities for our young people to be able to make money and do things, it's important that you're ready. It's important that you guys continue to understand that giving back and being a blessing to other people is important. Dollface Academy is about community service. Who in here does community service? Who in here does community service because they want to? Doing community service is a good thing because you get the opportunity to meet people who don't have as much as you. And it makes you be grateful for the small things that you have. I'm grateful for hot water because when I go downtown and I see the people sleeping in the streets, it makes me feel some type of way. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head. I'm grateful for the little things. I'm always trying to give something to someone. I've done bids for different teams. I bought uniforms for different teams. I pay rent for some of my parents. I done paid car notes for some of them too. But see, there's a lot of things you don't see on TV. But I give a lot of myself, and I ask for nothing in return, simply because it's who I am. Saying that to say, I have something for 2 people. When I call your name, please stand. Alondra Sanchez and Marilyn Figueroa. Who are those 2 people? Girls, come up here and join me on the stage. never know, girl. I might be able to give you some money. Because I'm good for doing that too. I just give people money out my purse. I go to competitions all the time, like, girl, 5, 6, 7, 8, get it. Oh, you were so good, here go $100. So, girls, I have heard, yeah, y'all want money? Get a job. I just gave you a job, those that emailed their resume to dollhouse3@yahoo.com. And I want to see how you emailed it too. Did you email it with a subject heading? Did you introduce yourself and say, hi, my name is such and such. Miss Diana was at the assembly at my school today and told me to email me her resume, or did you just send it? Because see, that's not how you apply for a job. You got me? Okay. So, ladies, I spoke to your principal, and I spoke to the counselors in the office. They've had amazing things to say about both of you. Which one of you works? You work. Okay, so she's been talking about you having to work and trying to make money for different things that you need, and I applaud you for that, because not very many teenagers would think not just about themselves, but think about other people. So also too, I want you guys to understand that when you have an opportunity to love on people, I want you to do that. So from me and my organization to both of you, I'm going to sponsor and pay for all of your activities for prom. I'm going to pay for you guys' prom dress, your prom shoes, your jewelry, hair, makeup, nails, transportation. We're going to make sure that you guys have the best prom experience possible. When you guys go pick out your dress, I will be right there with you. When you guys get your hair done, I will be right there with you. When you guys get your makeup done, I will be right there with you. Along this journey, I'm going to be right here with you to make sure you get everything you want. It's important that you guys have a good time. When I went to prom, my little Subaru with the black door and the blue fender broke down. I didn't have a car to get there. I didn't have a ride to get there. So I ended up having to catch a ride with someone else, and I got to my prom when it was almost over. And I asked your principal, is it okay if I do this for a couple of your students? And they said, sure. So I want to make sure that you guys have the best prom experience possible. I heard that one of you almost wasn't going to go. Right. But if it's your senior prom, you have to go. You only get one opportunity in a lifetime for things like this. Senior, junior, sophomore, it doesn't matter. I didn't even go to my 8th grade ball. My mom kept all of those things from me. So giving you guys this opportunity, it makes me feel all warm and tingly inside. Lovely Mimi, do you know Lovely Mimi from Love and Hip Hop? She's who does my nails, and she's gonna do your nails. I'm going to be in contact with several of my makeup artist friends about doing your makeup. We have several celebrity makeup artists that I deal with. One, her name is Alex. She does makeup for Missy Elliott. One whose name is Lynn. She does makeup for Lil Mo. We have a lot of makeup artists here in Atlanta, and I'm going to pick who I feel like is best for you guys. She's going to beat you guys' space to oblivion. So, Stone Mountain High School, these are your first 2 young ladies being sponsored by Dollface Academy. You are welcome, my love. What we're going to do pretty soon, I'm going to make sure that I get your contact information so that we can set up these dates. And we're going to be spending a lot of time together. Okay, so you let me know when you off work, okay, girls, so we can know where you working. Subway, oh, great, Subway. Okay. All right, well, thank you, ladies. You can go back to your seats. You're welcome. All right, so you guys, you never know the time, the place, or the hour. You never know when opportunities will present themselves. You never know when the next opportunity is going to come. Dollface Academy is full of surprises. I'm always surrounding myself by different people, so when I come back, you never know who I'm going to bring with me. You'll never see any of the girls. Diana is an individual. Those girls are in college. So you'll never see any of them with me. I want y'all to understand that when Diana moves, Diana moves. I have to individualize myself outside of Bring It. Bring It is Lifetime TV's business. It's not my business. Dollhouse Dance Factory and Dancing Dolls is my business. And when the Dancing Dolls graduate and they move on to life things, that is what they are focused on. My focus is not on the Dancing Dolls, my focus is on you. So, I'm gonna open the floor up for a couple of questions. Make sure you guys ask if you want to know. Don't write me in my DM. Don't be on my wall asking me questions. If you want to know, ask. Nobody has a question. Yes. The Dollface Academy does a lot of different things. One of the main things it's going to do is community service. Yes, it's going to teach you how to write your own bio, teach you how to create a resume, open up a bank account. It's going to teach you how to interview for the job that you want, not the job that you just have to take. It's going to help you fill out your information for scholarships for college. It's going to help you get into these college tours. It's going to help put you in the forefront of people that I know at my fingertips to be able to help you to get into the schools that you actually want to be in. There's a lot of community service projects that I have in the works, one being the fashion show. We have 2 breast cancer awareness events that are coming up. Not only that, we do have a toy drive and a back to school drive that I'm partnering with large companies for as well, and you'll be involved in all of those things. Getting to know the resources that I have and connecting yourself to me and saying, I'm a part of Dollface Academy. Dollface Academy is me. That connects you to me directly. So now I'm a walking, talking resource for you. So if you need a letter of recommendation written, I can do that for you. Also, too, not only myself, Mr. Derek Hill is very modest about what it is that he does. He works with Ricky Smiley's foundation and Steve Harvey's foundation. So having yourself and being surrounded by people, again, your circle now. I'm a part of your circle now. So having people that are a part of your circle that can help get you to the next level is what's important. That was a good question, young lady. Yes? Yes, there is one requirement. Then the only requirement is that you be present and you're here. So you're automatically in. There's no audition process. There's no application you have to fill out. As I said, it's being rooted here in Stone Mountain. So anybody that wants to be a part of it, the doors are swung wide open. It's up to you to seize the moment and grab the opportunity. Yes? Well, I actually have another one that I'm looking for a building now for that's going to be over on Old National. Old National is far from Stone Mountain. And I have dancers that travel anywhere from an hour and a half to sometimes 2 hours to get here. We have dolls that live in the Carolinas and Virginia, and they travel, because when I say practice, we got practice. So they have to be there. But I do plan on having at least 10 before my lifetime is over. But having a business and having that many studios means I have to widen my circle a little bit. So I'm not sure if I want to really do that, because I don't trust people. I've had money stolen from me, costumes from the girls stolen from me, people that use my business model to try to create their own, but it's nothing like the original thing. People do a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And Dollhouse has been through a lot. So I plan to have about 10, but I'm not exactly sure yet. One more question. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not a student.
That's okay.
But I'm an alum that's here for Career Day. Can you kind of give these young ladies, as a student who used to, as a former student who used to go here, can you give them kind of like a couple of tips to kind of step out and be confident and become their own people? I know you said a lot of them don't have resumes, a lot of them don't know what they want to do with their life. So what's the first step to kind of getting out there and becoming your own person?
Well, the first step to becoming your own person is accepting the you that you are and not feeling like you have to be like anybody else. And as teenagers, I think that, as I know I did when I was in high school, I suffered a lot from wanting to look like the other girls. Now, the other girls, I graduated from high school when I was 16. So, you know, I was younger than everybody else. So when they were wearing their bellies out and they had their hair down, my mother was still French braiding my hair down the side with them banana combs and the barrettes on the end. So you can imagine what my high school was like. But I had to own the fact that I was different and I was unique in every way. So that's step number one. I would say own the fact that you look the way you look, you are who you are. Find the best qualities about you, the best things about you. Can you sing? Can you dance? Are you a poet? Can you write? Can you cook? So amazing things that are about you, that's where you start. And then you take those things and you run with it. Surround yourself by like-minded people. The circles that you guys all have to be amongst folks that are supportive of you. You have to have a support system. Don't be afraid to step out and try new things. Don't be afraid to go out there and say, okay, I'm going to try to roller skate. I don't know how, I might bust my butt, but I'm going to at least try. I'm going to take a chance and send my resume like she said, because nothing happens if you don't at least try. Knowing that, we as women are already doomed to start, just like black men are doomed from the get-go when they're born into this world. They got this target on them already. As black women, we are the same way. You have a stigma that's on you. It's up to you to break that barrier. It's up to you guys to determine what they're going to think of you. Every race has a different stigma, but I know, as I can only speak for myself as a black woman, the things that I've been through, the racial situations that I've embodied, and the things that I've had to come into. It is important for you to own yourself. Be okay and be respectful. Jesus Christ, this generation. Be respectful. Because I've learned here, coming here, some of y'all don't say yes ma'am and no ma'am and please and thank you, and I'm not used to that. Because Kobe almost lost every piece of his teeth in his mouth last week when I asked him something and he said, huh. Because from the South, we say ma'am, yes ma'am, ma'am, and I say that to every woman I meet, especially if you're older than me. It's just a sign of respect. You get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. So young ladies, when you walk around with this attitude, what did I say about how they're going to perceive you if they don't know you? You walk around rolling your eyes and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to deal with her. Because I already know what kind of energy she's giving. Confidence is key. Confidence in yourself. Being okay with being you. Being respectful. It'll set you aside from everybody else. Being okay with being unique. Being okay with being different. I'm not like anybody you've ever met. People probably come talk to y'all all the time. But you think you know me, but you don't. I'm not like anybody you've ever met in your life. I'm very different. I walk to the beat of my own drum. I say what I want. I do what I want. I don't care who don't like it. I'm not in this world to impress you. I'm trying to get into heaven. And as long as I'm doing everything that man asked me to do, when I get to him, I'm going to say, all right, chapter D. Turn the page. Diana, you did this, and this. But I asked you to do these things over here. Why didn't you? Oh, because I was scared of what some folks was going to say. Why? But I told you to do it. So if God is giving you a gift right now, he's saying, I need you to listen to what Miss Diana is telling me. Because you never know when you're going to need it again and when you're going to hear it again and when you're going to see me again. I may come back tomorrow. I may show up with something else for y'all tomorrow. I get bored during the day. On your own business, you can kind of do whatever you want to do. So I can sleep all day if I want to. I can go to work if I want to. I can go shopping if I want to. I can do whatever I want to do. But I chose to be here. You're welcome, love. I could have been anywhere and doing anything. But I want you guys to walk away from this and meeting me saying, okay, I learned a little bit about Miss Diana, but I'm going to learn a lot when she comes around for Dollface Academy. I hope that you guys are ready for ACTs and SATs. How many seniors are in here? Oh, it's a lot of y'all. Let me think about doing something for the seniors. Why y'all saying please like y'all ain't doing nothing? Y'all not? Okay, girl. We need to talk about that. Mr. Derrick, let's talk about that. Let's see what we can do for the senior girls and see what kind of activities we can put together for them. All right. So no more questions. I'm about to go bye-bye. Yes, ma'am.
We are very excited about the partnership. Thank you for choosing Stone Mountain High School. How many young ladies will you work with the initial round or each year?
Well, each year her question was how many girls from Stone Mountain High School would I be working with every year? I am used to large numbers. I get bored if it's like 10 or 15 people. You know, I'm used to like a house full of kids, a building full of kids. When I go on the Bring It Live tours, a couple thousand folks, I'm gonna take everybody with me. So anything over 200, I'm good with. So I don't have a specific number. As long as we can continue we can create 200 resumes, 200 bios. We can go to Regions and Wells Fargo and Bank of America and open up 200 bank accounts. We can give them 200 checks to put in those bank accounts. Those are the things that I'm looking forward to doing to make sure they know how to make their own money. Well, even if we create a business for Stone Mountain Scarface Academy and say, okay, we're going to create this business, and this is going to be a business that they learn how to build from the ground up. And we'll put it out there and see if it's going to really work. Y'all believe in yourself enough to be able to create a business from the ground up and make it work? We got enough cooks up in here. No, you got to feed the folk. Oh, yes. Staying motivated even when, that's a good question. Staying motivated even when things are not going the way you're supposed to go is by constantly speaking positive things out loud. Do you have a vision board? Then look at your vision board every day. And every moment you decide you don't want to do something anymore, look at that vision board and remind yourself of your goals. Remind yourself of what you want to do. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. Because if you do, you're not going to go anywhere. You asked me the question, so I'm looking right at you. And when people talk to you,
when I met Beyonce, I looked her right in her face. I said, hey girl, you short. I like your hair. I said, I like yours too. Girl standing up there crying like a bunch of fools. I'm looking at her like, all right, honey. You met somebody. You look at them, you speak with confidence. You ask me. So I'm going to give you that what you need. What I'm giving you right now, how I'm talking to you, this is the confidence that you need to be able to make anybody feel like I can sell you all of you right now. I'm just that confident in myself. You stay motivated by continuing to believe in yourself. Never allow anybody to say no around you. If you got negative Nancy's in your circle, get rid of them. Surround yourself by people who are going to pray with you, pray for you, pray over you, in your face and behind your back.
I have a vision board too. I look at it every freaking day. And as much as the dancing dolls get on my doggone nerves, and their mamas make me literally want to blow up the dollhouse, I have to remind myself that it's not about them. Your dream is about you. I'm not here to give you some rinky-dink speech to make you feel all good. I want to tell you the truth. It's going to be days when you're going to cry. What did I say when I cry at least once a week? You're going to cry. It's okay. I cried on stage at the Bring It Live tour last year. You're going to cry. It happens. But in your mind, you have to be willing to say, I am this, that, and the third, and I'm going to be okay. Does that make sense? I hope you do that, because I'm going to be looking for you when I come back. What's your name? Huh? Okay, Letitia. I'm going to come back looking for you, Letitia. Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate you.
Okay, Coach D, we would like to say thank you. On behalf of our principal, Dr. John at Stone Mountain High School, we'd like to present you with this certificate and also a Stone Mountain High School shirt and water bottle. And young ladies, I really want to say thank you because, give me 1 minute. I know you have to go get your bus. In 1 minute. I want you to know Coach D is really, really serious about this, and I know she's serious because at random times during spring break, before that, Mr. Hill was asking me all kinds of random questions, not so random, specific things about you all. And I did brag about you all because we have those kind of people, and I know you're an entrepreneur, and I just wanted to give a shout out to an amazing young lady because when you ask us about the the young ladies who you wanted to work with, I would, especially for the prom giveaway, I had ones in mind, and I wanted to choose her. And she started, because I've been knowing her for a while, she's on her way to Agnes Sky, something like that. And she said, no, I have friends who deserve it more. So we were talking about her artwork. She has the most amazing art. And that is Miss Javi Hillman, whom I absolutely love. She has amazing art, and I'm going to be her first customer. But that's the kind of young lady we have. So thank you, Coach D, from the bottom of our hearts, because you are all into Stone Mountain. It's on her Facebook and her Instagram. All about you all. So thank you so much.
Well, let's do this then. Since you were willing to give it to somebody else, we're going to give it to you too. You can't say no. So when God gives you a gift, you accept those blessings. You don't turn your hand away when God has his hand out. So you see how you're willing to bless somebody else and how God will turn them right back around and say, baby, I'm giving this to you. So since you were willing to give it to somebody else, we're going to add you to it too. You're welcome. I'm going to prom, y'all. I ain't got nothing to do, May 4th. I'm going to prom. Okay, who's going to be my date? I can't wait. I'm going to have to make sure my calendar clear for May 4th so I can go to prom and give me a dress. Well, thank you guys again. I appreciate it. So now we have 3, and I'm excited about those 3 young ladies. It's going to be fun. Make sure you get her name. Her too. Okay, great. All right, anything else?